History whispers of a secret, a hidden truth buried beneath centuries of dogma and tradition. What if Jesus Christ, the central figure of Christianity, had a family? This is not the sanitized image of Jesus found in stained glass windows. It is a human Jesus, a man who loved and was loved in return. The very idea is shocking to some, heretical to others. It challenges the very foundation of Christian belief. Yet tantalizing clues surface in ancient texts, whispered in forgotten languages. Could this be Mary Magdalene, not as a repentant sinner but as Jesus' wife? Could this child be their own? The questions linger, demanding exploration. Emerging from the First Crusade, a new order of warrior monks captivated the medieval imagination. The Knights Templar, sworn to defend the Holy Land, quickly rose to prominence. Their bravery was legendary, their piety unquestioned. But what if their true mission ran deeper? Whispers of a secret purpose followed them, a sacred charge passed down through their ranks. Could they have been entrusted with safeguarding something of unimaginable value? The bloodline of Jesus Christ? Legends abound of Templar treasures, hidden knowledge, and ancient secrets. Their abrupt downfall, orchestrated by a power-hungry king and a complicit pope, only deepens the intrigue. The journey to uncover the truth about Jesus' bloodline is fraught with danger and uncertainty. Ancient texts offer tantalizing clues, while medieval legends and secret societies whisper of conspiracies and hidden agendas. Separating fact from fiction becomes a quest of its own. We will delve into the murky world of biblical apocrypha, examining gospels deemed too dangerous for the official canon, from the windswept deserts of Qumran, where the Dead Sea Scrolls lay hidden for millennia, to the rolling hills of southern France, where the Cathar heresy once flourished. The trail leads us ever onward. Each step brings us closer to understanding the true nature of Jesus' life, his legacy, and the lengths to which some would go to protect it. Our journey begins not within the familiar pages of the Bible but in the shadows cast by its creation. Here lie the Gnostic Gospels, texts deemed too dangerous, too controversial for inclusion in the Holy Canon. Rejected by the early Church, they offer a glimpse into a different kind of Christianity, one where the divine and the human intertwine in ways that challenge traditional beliefs. These are not the pronouncements of distant deities, but intimate accounts of Jesus' life, teachings, and relationships. They speak of a Jesus who laughed and cried, who experienced anger and compassion, a Jesus who walked among us as both God and man. The Gnostic Gospels, hidden for centuries, offer a fresh perspective on the life of Christ. The Gospel of Philip, Mary Magdalene's true role. Among the Gnostic texts, the Gospel of Philip stands out for its portrayal of Mary Magdalene. She is a trusted confidant, a beloved disciple privy to Jesus' deepest teachings. The text describes a bond of extraordinary intimacy, referring to Mary as Jesus' companion. Section 3. The Suppression of Gnostic Christianity. The early Church, in its quest for unity and authority, sought to control the narrative surrounding Jesus Christ. Gnostic Christianity, with its emphasis on personal experience, its embrace of the feminine divine, and its potentially scandalous portrayal of Jesus' relationship with Mary Magdalene, posed a direct threat to this agenda. The Gnostic Gospels were denounced as heresy, their teachings condemned as dangerous and misleading. Those who clung to these alternative views were persecuted, their texts destroyed, their voices silenced. The victors write history, and the story of Gnostic Christianity became a footnote, a whisper in the corridors of time. The suppression of Gnostic Christianity had a profound impact on the development of Christian thought and practice. It also solidified a view of Jesus as a distant divine figure, stripped of his humanity and his capacity for earthly love and connection. Section 4. The Mystery of the Companion. The Gospel of Philip's use of the word companion to describe Mary Magdalene's relationship with Jesus has sparked centuries of debate and speculation. Was it simply a term of endearment reflecting a deep spiritual bond, or did it hint at something more, a secret marriage, a hidden family? The text itself is frustratingly vague, leaving much open to interpretation. However, the very fact that such a question could be raised, that the possibility of a romantic relationship between Jesus and Mary Magdalene could be entertained, speaks volumes about the alternative narratives buried beneath the weight of traditional Christian dogma. The mystery of the companion continues to fascinate and intrigue. It reminds us that history is not a fixed and immutable thing, but a tapestry woven from threads of evidence, interpretation, and belief. The possibility of Jesus having children ignites the imagination. Could his bloodline have continued passing down through the generations, a hidden legacy carried within ordinary lives? The very notion is both exhilarating and unsettling, challenging our understanding of history and faith. Throughout the centuries, whispers and rumors have persisted, hinting at a secret lineage descended from Christ himself. In hushed tones, stories are told of families bearing the mark of destiny, their bloodline a dangerous secret passed down through generations. These whispers are often dismissed as folklore, the stuff of legend and speculation. Yet some researchers and historians believe they hold a grain of truth, a hidden history waiting to be uncovered. The most persistent rumors center around Mary Magdalene, the woman who stood by Jesus' side throughout his ministry and witnessed his crucifixion and resurrection. Could she have been more than a disciple, a beloved companion who bore his children? While the canonical Gospels remain silent on the matter of Jesus' marital status or potential offspring, apocryphal texts offer intriguing hints. The Gospel of Philip, for instance, refers to Mary Magdalene as Jesus' companion, a term suggestive of a deep and intimate bond. Could this close relationship have extended beyond the spiritual realm, resulting in a family shrouded in secrecy? If Jesus did indeed have children, their very existence would have posed a significant threat to the early church. The idea of a hereditary bloodline could have challenged the developing doctrines of Christ's divinity and the universality of his message. It is conceivable that any descendants of Jesus would have been forced into hiding, their true identities concealed to protect them from persecution. Their lineage would have been passed down through generations, a secret whispered from parent to child, a burden and a blessing intertwined. Their story, if it exists, is one of resilience and hidden truths, a testament to the enduring power of blood ties and the lengths to which people will go to protect their own. In the centuries following Jesus' death, a group known as the Desposini emerged, claiming direct descent from Jesus' brother James. The word Desposini itself means belonging to the master or of the Lord's house, hinting at their connection to the Holy Bloodline. While their claim to lineage is debated by historians, the Desposini held positions of authority within the early church, particularly in the regions around Jerusalem. Could their influence and prestige have stemmed from a carefully guarded secret, their connection to Jesus a source of both power and danger? Some believe the Desposini acted as guardians of the bloodline, protecting Jesus' descendants and preserving their heritage. Their story, if true, adds another layer of intrigue to the mystery surrounding Jesus' family and the lengths to which their legacy was protected. The Knights Templar, shrouded in mystery and legend, have long been linked to the bloodline of Jesus. Some believe they were not just warriors sworn to defend the Holy Land but also secret guardians of a sacred relic, the Holy Grail. But what if the true Grail was not a physical object but something far more precious, far more dangerous to possess, the bloodline of Christ himself? Could the Templars have been entrusted with safeguarding Jesus' descendants, protecting them from those who would seek to exploit or eradicate their lineage? Their enigmatic rituals, their secretive practices, their vast wealth and influence, all could be seen as elements in a complex web of protection woven around the bloodline of their Savior. The Knights Templar were masters of symbolism, their armor, banners, and even the architecture of their churches adorned with cryptic images and motifs. Could these symbols hold clues to their secret mission? Their connection to the bloodline of Jesus? The Templar cross, two red bars intersecting on a white field, has long been a subject of fascination. Some see it as a representation of the duality of Christ, both human and divine. Others interpret it as a symbol of the Templars' willingness to shed their blood for their cause. The fleur-de-lis, a stylized lily, is another recurring motif in Templar iconography. Could its presence on Templar artifacts hint at a connection to Mary Magdalene and the bloodline she is believed to have carried? The Knights Templar were abruptly disbanded in 1307, accused of heresy, blasphemy, and immorality by King Philip IV of France. Their Grand Master, Jacques de Molay, was burned at the stake, his dying curse echoing through the centuries. Was this brutal suppression merely a power grab by a greedy monarch, or did it serve a darker purpose? Some historians believe Philip, deeply in debt to the Templars, sought to seize their wealth and eliminate their influence. Could the Templars have been silenced because they knew the truth about Jesus, his marriage to Mary Magdalene, and the existence of his descendants? The sudden and brutal demise of the Knights Templar remains one of history's most enduring mysteries. Were they guilty of the heinous crimes of which they were accused, or were they victims of a carefully orchestrated conspiracy? The charges levied against them, heresy, idolatry, and obscene rituals, were shocking in their severity. Yet the evidence presented at their trials was often contradictory and coerced under torture. Were these accusations merely a smokescreen, a way to discredit the Templars and justify their elimination? Our quest for the bloodline of Jesus leads us deep into the heart of southern France, to the ancient region of Languedoc. Here, in this sun-drenched land of rolling hills and medieval fortresses, the Cathar heresy once flourished, challenging the authority of the Catholic Church. The Cathars, often referred to as good Christians, believed in a dualistic universe, where good and evil battled for supremacy. They rejected the material wealth and hierarchical structure of the Church, advocating for a simpler, more spiritual form of Christianity. Could their beliefs have been influenced by knowledge passed down through generations, knowledge of Jesus' true life and his connection to Mary Magdalene? Languedoc became a refuge for those deemed heretical by the Church, a place where alternative beliefs could flourish at least for a time. But the Church, fearing the spread of these dangerous ideas, launched a brutal crusade against the Cathars, culminating in the siege of Montségur in 1244. The Cathar stronghold fell, its defenders burned at the stake, their beliefs seemingly extinguished. Nestled in the foothills of the Pyrenees Mountains lies the village of Rennes-le-Château, a place steeped in mystery and intrigue. It was here in the late 19th century that a humble parish priest named Bérenger Saunière stumbled upon a secret that would transform his life and ignite a firestorm of speculation that continues to this day. While renovating his church, Saunière uncovered a series of parchments hidden within a hollow pillar. The contents of these documents remain a subject of debate, but some believe they contained explosive information about the bloodline of Jesus, revealing a lineage that had been hidden for centuries. Rumors spread of coded messages hidden within the architecture and artwork of the church, messages pointing to a secret history, a truth too dangerous to reveal openly. Throughout southern France, particularly in areas with strong Cathar connections, one finds a curious phenomenon: black Madonnas. These statues and paintings, often housed in churches and cathedrals, depict the Virgin Mary with dark skin, her features sometimes holding an almost African cast. The origins of these black Madonnas are shrouded in mystery. Some speculate they are remnants of ancient pagan goddesses, their worship absorbed into Christian tradition. Others believe they represent a different facet of Mary, her connection to the earth, to fertility, and to the mysteries of the divine feminine. Could these black Madonnas hold a deeper significance, a hidden connection to the bloodline of Jesus? Some researchers believe they represent Mary Magdalene, her image transformed over time, her true identity concealed to protect her and her descendants. In 1956, a document surfaced in the Bibliothèque Nationale in Paris, claiming to reveal the existence of a secret society known as the Priory of Sion. This society, according to the document, was dedicated to protecting the bloodline of Jesus and Mary Magdalene, ensuring the survival of their descendants. The document, later revealed to be a hoax, nevertheless captured the public imagination, fueling speculation about secret societies, hidden lineages, and the possibility that the truth about Jesus had been suppressed for centuries. Could there be a kernel of truth within this elaborate fabrication? While the Priory of Sion, as described in the document, may be a fabrication, the idea of a secret organization dedicated to protecting the bloodline of Jesus has a certain allure. It speaks to our fascination with the hidden, the forbidden, and the possibility that truth often lies veiled beneath layers of deception and intrigue. Our quest takes us to the desolate shores of the Dead Sea, to the ruins of Qumran, where the Essenes once thrived. This isolated outpost held a powerful allure for spiritual seekers. Could Qumran have been more than a spiritual retreat? The discovery of the Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947 sent shockwaves through biblical scholarship. The Essenes, with their emphasis on communal living, ritual purity, and apocalyptic beliefs, shared some intriguing parallels with the early Christians. Could there have been a connection between these two groups, a shared lineage or a passing of the torch from one messianic movement to another? Some scholars speculate that Jesus himself may have spent time among the Essenes, perhaps even receiving instruction from them in his youth. Could his teachings, with their emphasis on love, forgiveness, and the coming kingdom of God, have been influenced by Essene thought? The Essenes, like the early Christians, believed in the imminent arrival of a Messiah, a Savior who would usher in a new era of peace and righteousness. Could Jesus, hailed by his followers as the Messiah, have found common ground with the Essenes, their shared beliefs forging a bond of secrecy and protection? While Qumran offers tantalizing clues, the strongest evidence for the bloodline of Jesus lies in southern France. Here, amidst the rolling hills and vineyards, whispers of a hidden lineage have persisted for centuries, passed down through generations like a precious heirloom. The Cathar heresy, with its Gnostic beliefs and its veneration of Mary Magdalene, took root in Languedoc, flourishing for a time before being brutally suppressed by the Church. Could the Cathars have been privy to a secret, a truth about Jesus and his family that the Church sought to eradicate? Legends abound in this region of secret societies, hidden treasures, and lineages stretching back to the time of Christ. The very landscape seems to whisper of a hidden history, one that challenges the official narrative and offers a glimpse into a world where the divine and the human intertwine in unexpected ways. Our journey has taken us from the bustling streets of Jerusalem to the desolate shores of the Dead Sea. From the sun-drenched hills of southern France, we have examined ancient texts. Two distinct paths have emerged, each offering clues to the bloodline of Jesus. Could these two paths converge in ways we are only beginning to understand? The quest for the bloodline of Jesus is a journey into the heart of human curiosity, a testament to our enduring fascination with the mysteries of history and the power of blood ties. Whether driven by faith, scholarly inquiry, or a simple desire to unravel the threads of the past, this search has captivated imaginations for centuries. Why does this theory hold such allure? Perhaps it is the inherent human need to connect with the sacred, to find tangible links to figures we revere. The idea that Jesus, the divine Son of God, might also have experienced the joys and sorrows of family life makes him more relatable, more human. Or perhaps it is the thrill of the chase, the pursuit of hidden knowledge and suppressed truths that draws us in. The possibility that a secret lineage, hidden for centuries, might still exist today ignites our imaginations, fueling speculation and sparking debate. The quest for the bloodline of Jesus challenges us to confront our assumptions about history, faith, and the very nature of truth itself. It forces us to acknowledge that the stories we tell ourselves about the past are often incomplete, shaped by the biases and agendas of those who came before us. Embracing the possibility of a human Jesus, a man who loved and was loved in return, does not diminish his divinity. Instead, it deepens our understanding of his sacrifice, reminding us that he walked among us as both God and man, sharing in our joys and sorrows. The search for the bloodline of Jesus is ultimately a search for ourselves, for a deeper understanding of our own humanity and our connection to the divine. It is a journey that leads us not to definitive answers, but to more profound questions about faith, family, and the enduring power of love. The bloodline of Jesus, whether literal or metaphorical, is a legacy of love and mystery, a testament to the enduring power of human connection and the allure of the unknown. It transcends time and place, weaving faith, history, and our need to understand the cosmos. We are left with a deeper appreciation for history, belief, and the enduring mystery of Jesus Christ.